The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a marriage feast, to which the invited guests are not coming. These words we hear on the 28th Sunday in ordinary time. I remember well the celebration of the 25th year of existence of our formation house. That day, it was a weekday and a liturgical solemnity. The empty chairs remained in the majority. People had already celebrated the Mass of the solemnity or had gone for work. You might have your own experience of a feast to which the invited guests hardly turned up. As for the chairs, the mother of Zebedee's sons gives the impression that in God's kingdom there are also chairs. And she spoke to the Lord, "Lord, promise that these two sons of mine may sit one at your right and the other at your left in your kingdom." But whether there are chairs or thrones or not, Jesus makes clear that their allocation is not at random, as again made clear by the throwing out of the wedding hall of the man without wedding garment. Empty chairs is one thing, but why people are not coming to the feast, and for that matter the kingdom of heaven, is quite another thing. Being here for some time in Yoruba land, I noticed that feasts and celebrations are very important. Through the economic situation, for many, not to say the least, may be very difficult. But still, how many celebrations have been foregone? Why are the people attending these celebrations? Chinua Achebe wrote about this as follows. A man who calls his kinsmen to a feast does not do so to save them from starving. They all have food in their own homes. When we gather together in the moonlit village ground, it is not because of the moon. Every man can see the moon in his own compound. We come together because it is good for kinsmen to do so. It is good to be together. It is good to journey together. But as Professor Anthony Akewala remarked, in journey together, to journey together is not sufficient. Because journeying together, you can still go in the wrong direction. These days, some travel in convoy, but a good number ended up in ambush together. The two disciples on the way to Emmaus too, they walked together, but in the wrong direction. And at the 11th hour, saved by the risen Jesus, they turned around, not again to go in a popular or commonly accepted direction. No, they went straight to where the apostles of Jesus were assembled. Having been so long with Jesus, these apostles could tell about the way, the truth, and the life. Truly, if you want to occupy a chair at the feast, if you want to occupy a chair in the kingdom of heaven, then follow the apostolic tradition. Meditate on the acts of the apostles. Meditate on the word of Jesus Christ as handed over to us and is still being proclaimed by the Church of Jesus Christ, built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone. Any other way might lead you far, but not into the kingdom of heaven. Instead of the feast, instead of the road to the kingdom, you might not have gone to the farm or your business as pictured in the gospel. But your foregoing of the Sunday Mass, your excessive gathering of goods, trampling upon others and the environment, and the chasing of cheap pleasures, equally turn you away from the feast and the kingdom. And so we need to hear again the follow me of Jesus Christ. To listen to him instead of just listening to one another. To listen together to him, which is the synodal way on which the church is setting us up these days. The following of Jesus needs faith and courage, especially when it means saying no to the world, because you cannot be on the road to the feast and of it at the same time. Last week I was disturbed by all the news and images of war in the Middle East. Some willingly chose the path away from the kingdom, whereas others on their way to the kingdom strayed from it by willingly depriving others of all human basic necessities. God wants all to be saved. All are called to lay down together in peace at the feast, the lamb and the wolf. But if your way is not the Lord's way, how can you be chosen? And so the Lord came down among sinners to save them, not to destroy them. Conversion is what it's called for. The path of right morals and behavior as lived by Jesus Christ. As long as this is an obstacle for you, we have to adjust the way we are going. Because traveling together we are. No one is living yet on another planet. The only planet we have to live on is this planet Earth. To destroy home and living by drone and bomb is the wrong direction. And as the journey is not about you, but us, we are all held accountable. The end is only when all are gathered in, but God does not force. And so the question becomes again, are you wearing the wedding garment? Because the kingdom of heaven may be compared to a marriage